Blessings, everyone. Sadnam. This is EuGenius, your local natural mystic, Kabbalist, yogi, entrepreneur. Big long intro with all those titles, all of them and yet nothing at all. And I'm here to talk a bit about cellular activation on our episode of Soul Talk today. So, what does that mean? I mean cellular activation. What are you talking about, man? I mean, really activating the cells in your body, the community of light that is making up the physical form that's holding, you to this earth as a human being. Like, how do you activate your cells? Cells are everything that makes up the body, from skin cells to kidney cells, blood cells. There's just a bunch of little people that are all working for your highest good and to be here on earth, as it is in heaven. So how do you get to that level of practice? There's a lot of different practices. There's a lot of deep and meaningful ceremony that opens you up, that lets you go deep, that touches the surface. That's just enough for some people to begin their journey. It doesn't matter how deep or how light you go. Really, it's like how you're activating yourself and what you're using with that activation. So cellular activation, at least in the Nam practice, is everything. It's a deep part of the Shakti Nam Immortal Yoga series that we do in Nam, and it's a deep part of our practice with Nam itself, the divine word. You hear the sound of the thunder. That's the vibration that's moving. It's electricity, and it's magnetism. It's the elements. It's the fire, the water, the earth, and the breeze that's flowing past me right now. It's all these things, and these things are all contained in the cell, in the one point, that's made up of many other points that make a whole. So the beauty of the body and cells is that it's an exact example and an exact pattern of the body of God, of the all, of Great Spirit. I just did a very powerful sweat in North Miami. Blessings to Dave and all the brothers and sisters, all the relatives that sweat with us last night. So powerful, so deep, and a lot of the times, if you hear songs or you hear me saying things at the full and new moon ceremonies, I'm talking about the ancestors. I'm talking about honoring our brethren that have come before us, that have been here with us and that will be after us. So what does that mean, and how does that how does that tie into cellular activation? Well, your ancestry is a part of your cells. It's a history that's floating in your bloodstream. So how do you activate that? So when we do ceremony on the beach, let's say this is the full and new moon. When you do ceremony, when we're doing that, when you're watching me, going around in a circle like, what's this guy doing? Just bowing and stuff. I'm doing the ceremony, and I'm honoring the directions, I'm honoring our ancestry, so that as we do our practices, we begin to go deeper into either releasing or a moving into a deeper expression of something, a planting of a seed, that we're activating ourselves while we're doing this. We're activating the inherent knowledge and wisdom and understanding that's trapped in the cellular structure, that's trapped in the library of cells in our body. And when we are saying our intentions and when we're doing our prayers, that every cell in the body is resonating with that same focus and that same intention. That's the purpose of doing the breath work and the movement and the stretches and the Shakti series and stuff that we do, and the singing that we do in the full and new moons and different workshops and classes that I do. It's to activate the cells. It's to activate the latent instructions inside of you that are going to allow for you to have your insights, to deepen your practice, and whatever that is. If you don't have a practice, it's to deepen your life, your practice of loving your mother and father and sisters and brothers and girlfriends and wives and boyfriends and husbands. It's a practice regardless of whether or not you want to call it something specific, if it has a name or a label that makes you look cool, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. Your breath is your practice, and how you live this life is definitely the high and holy practice of being alive. So the cellular activation that I'm talking about is really it's the deepening of your communication with yourself. So let's say, for instance, I repeat to myself, there's not enough. I go to work and there's not enough money. I come home and there's not enough peace on the news. I talk to my wife, there's not enough love between us. Every cell in my body is saying there's not enough. There's not enough. There's not enough. Trillions of cells in unison saying there's not enough. There's not enough. There's not enough. So if I say, yes, there is enough love here, and if I look for it, I'll find it. Yes, there is enough money. If I magnetize myself, I'll let that energy flow through me and to me. Yes, there is peace. We just have to make sure that we are not in our egos and we have compassion for the person on the other side of this table. Yes, there is a way for us to solve our problems. That yes, there is. Yes, there is a way that yes, I can succeed. Is repeated trillions of times in your body by every cell in your body. If you choose to take it to that level, and not just the surface, superficial level of it's all good, it's all good. Like, no, believe with every cell in your body. Call upon your cells. Speak to your blood. Speak to the ancestry that's flowing through you and beating through your heart, so that you've got a whole conglomerate of cells, of entities, of individualized energy that's moving towards your intention, that's being instructed by your mind, your heart. You know, all the cells in your body have been used to hearing your words, your cries, your breath since you came out of the womb. They've all been trained and engineered to follow your instruction. So tap into that power. Tap into the community of light that is within you. Literally, your cells. Tap into the DNA that is waiting for you to come read through the hall of records that it has for you. The library of knowledge from the different lives that you've lived and the lineages that have lived through you as you in this particular body. It's a very powerful way to deepen your practice with yourself. It's a tantric practice because it's a direct communication and a binding and a combining of you with your soul. You know, of the seen and the unseen. Because we can't see ourselves. We can't see the DNA looking at our hands, looking at our arms and our body, but it's there. And it's waiting for us to actually say yes to it. I'm ready. I'm ready to have some dialogue. I'm ready to start, you know, activating my latent powers, you know, that are here for me just naturally to exhibit and serve with on the earth. So cellular activation, there's so much more. I'd really love to go deeper into it. Maybe at a workshop, an intro to Kabbalah workshop, or Alchemy of Love relationship workshop, or an angel workshop that I do. You know, one of those different things. I like to go a little bit deep and kind of correlate the cells with whatever I'm talking about, because it's a very powerful healing mechanism when you begin to tie in the cells with your practice and tie in your body with your heart and your mind and your spirit, so that it can help communicate what you want to it, what you want, how you want to magnetize yourself around a certain object or a situation, you know, or what you want to feel, you know, in regards to relationship, to self-worth, how you want to operate this body, how you want to program your life and co-create it with Source. It can be done through cellular activation. It doesn't have to be very complicated. You don't got to call down the ascended masters and all that stuff. It's between you, a high holy ray of the sun, and this beautiful body that's containing, or actually being contained by, this glow, this light that is who and what you are. Anyway, so I love you. I hope you understand what I'm talking about. Just speak to your body, speak to yourselves in a very positive and powerful way, and that'll reciprocate through trillions of different little people that are all rooting for you in your expansion into this beautiful cosmic life that we call Earth. So blessings. Hope to speak with you soon. Please stay tuned. If you're not a part of the newsletter, click the link below. Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn. Check in with me. You know, join the Facebook group Full of New Moon. Let me know if there's anything you want me to talk about, that you have some questions about, maybe some of the other videos I had. Please post questions and stuff so that we can get into some deeper dialogue and I can give you what you want. All right? Blessings. Sad love.